Hey everyone, it's time for my favorite, so let's get talking. One of an oldie but a goodie, something I've been using for months and months and months and have just now hit pan on, is the Smith's Strawberry Lip Balm. I love this stuff. It looks like that. So I'm just getting to the bottom. I got mine at Sephora. There are probably lots of other places you can get it. If you're in Sephora looking for it, it's usually in those little last minute spontaneous splurge items that you get in the checkout line. In those little clear boxes, so that's where they have it. And I keep this in my nightstand and I use it every night before bed, and when I wake up in the morning my lips are still moisturized. I love strawberry scent. I just love it. So favorite. Two powders. So it is hot where I live. We've already gotten into the 90s, gotten close to 100, and the humidity has been really high for my part of Texas. Where I live in San Antonio can get very hot, but usually quite dry. Not arid, we're not in a desert, but semi-arid, and so we don't get the thick, sticky air that Houston or East Texas gets. But lately we have been, and it's miserable. So there's been a lot of powdering going on. And the two powders that I've been using a lot, I've been using the MAC Prep and Prime, what do they call this? Transparent Finishing Powder. I've been using this, it's just a white powder. I've been using that under just here, under my eyes. And for the, I hate shine. I hate looking shiny. I just hate it. There's a difference between glowy and just shiny. And for the shiny part, I've been using the Stay Matte Press Powder in Transparent, like that. I really wish they would repackage this, but it works. I stay matte. I usually just do the T-zone and leave it at that. Another face product that is a perennial favorite, but I need to mention it again. I've not been getting a lot of sleep at night because the dogs are waking me up in the middle of the night. It's kind of a long story, but there's a canyon behind our house, and at the far end of the other canyon they're starting some construction, and a lot of animals are moving around in the middle of the night, I think evacuating, which is very sad. And the dogs, of course, think this is just great, and they want to go outside and bark at those things at 3 o'clock in the morning. So, to simulate the look of being awake, cannot stress enough how awesome this stuff is. It's the Rimmel Match Perfection 2-in-1 highlighter concealer, or concealer and highlighter. My color is shade 230 in Fair Light, and I just brush it in a triangle under my eyes, pat, 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 a lot of patting, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Love this stuff. And to go along with that, yet another Rimmel product is the Rimmel Scandalized Waterproof Kohl Kajal Pencil in Nude. Is it nude? It is nude. And I also have the MAC, is it the typographic one that looks like this? This blows the MAC one away. The MAC one does not stand my waterline for very long. This one, I have to actually take it off at night. I love it. Good call. And cheap. Sticking with face products, earlier this month, and I think also towards the end of April, a lot of you mentioned that my skin looked luminous and glowing. I can attribute that to many factors, some skincare that I've talked about recently, and also a foundation I've been playing with. As my skin has become clearer, I've been experimenting with less heavy foundations, and I have two samples here. They're in two different shades from the MAC counter, and it's the face and body. My shade is actually perfect at C1, which is the lightest neutral shade there is. But I can get away, because it's so sheer, I can get away with C2 because I can blend it out. But I have used up C1 completely, and they gave me a very healthy size sample. I love this stuff. This is probably going to be my go-to foundation for summer because it's pretty much waterproof. So I won't sweat it off. I have yet to purchase it, but when I get back from my little trip, that is on my shopping list. Love MAC Face and Body. I put a thin layer on. I'll do a demonstration when I get it. How about that? But I love it. Love. Okay, last face product, kind of embarrassing for some people to talk about, but it's becoming more and more popular on YouTube to talk about it, and so I thought, why not? So this is technically an eyebrow razor. It's by the brand Tinkle. They really need to change the name. And I get mine on Amazon. It comes in a pack of 3, and you're wondering, what is she doing with an eyebrow razor? Well, I'm not shaving my eyebrows with it. I heard about this from two girls called the MM&L Show. You may find their antics a little odd. I do. But yet I can't stop watching them because you do learn quite a few things. They're very pretty girls, and I want to know how pretty girls look like that. So I've learned a lot of tips, and the most interesting one is shaving your face. I don't know why I'm waving this at you. We all have that peach fuzz. You know, it starts usually back here and creeps up along here. I do this once a week. I do not get stubble. I am not a man. But I have got to tell you, I'm not gonna do it now because I have makeup on, but you just literally with a dry face, wash your face, make sure it's clean, and then you just start scraping. And I'll kind of hold it at a 45-degree angle. You can go up, you can go down, and you'll see just all this nasty, like just gobs of hair. You gotta keep wiping it off. My makeup goes on so smoothly. It lasts so much longer. Everything just looks better, and you're kind of exfoliating, you know, your face. And so it's kind of like dermaplaning. And so I've found that I'm breaking out less. I just can't stress enough how awesome this is. A pack of 3 is like $5 maybe. Great, great, great. You can get other ones. I used to use the ones I could find at Sally's and Ulta, and I think even at Walmart you can find these, but the Tinkle ones seem to work the best. I don't know why. And now it's gotten to the point where I see women, like I was at a football game for my kid, and there was a very beautiful blonde woman with her hair up in a ponytail, and she had really thick, yes, blondes have hairy faces too, really thick hair right here, and I just thought, it was blonde, but the sun was hitting it, and it looked like she had like chops, and I thought, oh, I could just love to just, okay. I know it's not a healthy thing for me, but okay, the other thing, another favorite, it's not a specific, but bright colors on your nails. This is a new Orly shade I picked up at CVS. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll put it in the description box. CVS had their big clearance, makeup clearance. I got this Rimmel one, which they don't put the numbers on. Oh, this is 360 Fuchsia Fever. I really like not just this color. I mean, I do like the color. Look at that. Wow. But these suckers stay on. They're almost like liquid lipstick. They really don't budge. I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna go back and see what other colors they've left for 75% off. But I'm loving bright colors. I showed you this one recently. This is the Coral Crush that I picked up also. This is by Maybelline. I'm really enjoying wearing brighter colors. It's a new thing for me, and I like it. So, okay, eye products. Also picked up at CVS recently, or is it CVS? I think it was. It's the Milani Liquid Eye Liquid Like eyeliner pencil, and I showed this earlier, and it's brown is the color I got, and I just barely touched my hand, and that's what came up. It's so easy to use. The color is so rich and pigmented. It doesn't move. I'm not wearing it today, sorry, but love it, and I love the price, and I have found this at CVS and at Walmart, but it's pretty much everywhere drugstore products are sold. And then the last two products, this has been a favorite for a long time, and for some reason Stila has, this is my version, and it's the old one called the NaturalEyes eyeshadow palette, but it's been repackaged as the In the Light one, and this is just probably the best summer palette there is. When it's summertime, I like to use a lot more bronze toned and shimmery shades. I like a more matte finish on my face actually, but for eyes, and these colors are just so beautiful and so pigmented and just gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. I've done tutorials with these probably like a year or two ago, but the shades I love. This is a great, very pigmented, very similar to Brulee, but actually kind of better. Look how pigmented that is. And this is a great crease shade or to buff out a crease. I love them all, and I cannot recommend them enough. And of course, if you want to get a little deeper and funkier, it has this steel gray, blue, and a black too. So lovely colors. So the last beauty item that I wanted to mention is the Meet Matte Nude palette. And I don't like it all by itself, but this has become quite the handy little thing to have. I'm actually wearing Meet Matte, oops, we'll go this way, Matte Sing over here in the crease, and these are just nice to add to like these shimmery colors that you like wearing, just to deepen or put something in the crease. And I have a feeling that a lot of these are MAC dupes. Now, I don't own any of the MAC dupes that the MAC shades that these would be dupes for, but I find that having these really rounds out my collection of browns. So this has become a very handy little thing to have, and I use it more as a supplement to the colors that I love. Like, this is great to use with the Stila palette I just showed you. This would be a nice complement to the Naked palettes because they're all so shimmery, kind of balances things out, so I really like it. Then the last two items I want to share with you are non-beauty related, but I have mentioned this series so many times, I would be remiss if I didn't mention it again, because I've been spending the entire month of May rereading this series in anticipation for my trip to Scotland. And the first book in the series is Outlander. I am in the middle of the 5th book, I believe. This is The Fiery Cross by Diana Gabaldon, rhymes with stone, I was told. And starts off in Scotland and kind of takes off from there. And I will leave a link to this on Amazon so you can read the summary there, or the series summary there, because it does a much better job. I've actually done a video talking just about the first book in this series, but as we're getting towards summer and you want some big, thick, juicy books to read for the summertime, if you haven't read the Outlander series, get cracking, girl, especially because the latest one is coming out in December, and this little tome is 979 pages long. So they'll keep you busy all summer. And the last item is a cleaning product. We started using this when we got Wrigley, and we were told by our trainer that this is a great cleaning product for hard surfaces to clean up body fluids. So, or body waste, I guess we could say. I don't know where to get this other than where we get it, which is at the dog training and dog boarding facility that we use, but it's called Spritz. And it's by Care Labs, and we still keep buying this because it's a cleaner, mildew-static, tuberculosidal, bactericidal, deodorizer, disinfectant. Okay, it's anti-mildew, anti-tuberculosis. I'm not really worried about that. Antibacterial, deodorizer, disinfectant, antivirus, and antifungicidal spray, and it also kills the pandemic 2009 H1N1 influenza A virus, formerly known as swine flu, and it meets the OSHA bloodborne pathogen standard for HIV, HBV. I didn't know there was anything past HIV, and HCV. Basically, I'm not worried about most of these, but it's a nice little thing to have around the house with boys and dogs and things. I've been eating a lot more protein lately, which is a lot more raw meat, mostly chicken, and when I'm cutting it, if it oozes over onto the counter, cleaning it up with this sucker makes me feel good. And yes, we still have the occasional dog accident, so it's just very handy. It has not affected I've used it on granite, I've used it on wood, I've used it on porcelain tile, and I will list, again, it's called Spritz, and it's by Care Labs, which is made in Missouri City, Texas. I'll put the link to the company down in the description box, and maybe we can figure out where to get it online or something, or a store near you. So very handy little thing to have. You never know what kind of, oh, you know what else it's been handy to clean up? Vomit. Kids have gotten sick. My youngest son seems to have an aversion to using the toilet. He will use the floor all over the bathroom, and the toilet will be pristine. So anyway, sorry to share that much with you. Hope you weren't eating, but this has really come in handy to clean up those things. So those are my May favorites. I am so excited for the month of June. June is a big month in my family. Both of my boys' birthdays are in June. We have Father's Day in June. My anniversary, mine, not my husband's, our anniversary is in June. We're going on our big trip to Scotland in June. School is over in June. Just, it's a great month. So I can't wait to share all my adventures with you that happen in June, but until then, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.